to Shocktober!
Shocktober is the time of the year that Demo has to sit through 6 horror games of my choosing. Will he survive this Shocktober? Let's find out.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Demo the Warrior here. Welcome to Shocktober, the very first edition of this thing that this guy in this red mask is forcing me to do. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a fun month of October if I can ever figure out how to get the hell out of this basement. Pretty cool setup here, I have to admit. But what's the cool setup at the risk of my fucking life? But you know what? That's fine. So, apparently, I was told that I have to play 6 games throughout the month of October. And apparently these are some of the scariest games that this guy could find. And if I can beat them all, if I can get past them all, I get to go free. So you know what? We're going to get on to this first one, and we're going to get this shit over with, because I want to get the fuck out of here and go home. So, speaking of going home, segue, I know, let's get to the first game, which is called Home. Let's do this shit.
He said he's got 6 games for me to go through. So, up first, we got Home. Now, we're going to see exactly what this game is. I've never heard of this game before. A unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. I got audio going into my headphones at full blast. So this will be... So here we go. Home. At least it was before I fucked everything up. I'll stop. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half to complete Home in a single setting. An hour and a half, man. God damn. This might be a 2-partner. Talking about some hour and a half. I don't know about all that. Turn up the sound and turn off the lights. I got the lights off. Already my sound is full volume. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Did I just say flashlight? Flashlight. Alright, so we're this motherfucker right here. You got some damn loud ass footsteps. Hold it, hit him with that. Alright, so... Can we jump? What do we do? Okay. That house. Where was I? Oh, what the fuck? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? You tell me. I don't know. Now, I want y'all to understand that the volume is all the way up in my headphones. And that was loud as fuck. Oh, don't tell me this is going to be a game where I can get lost. Please tell me this isn't some shit where I can get lost. Hold on. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. Alright, so it's X to interact, alright. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Oh, did he now? Fuck off. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Sure. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. How long had this been here rotting? The man upstairs didn't look like he'd been dead a long time. That's because that motherfucker rotten too. I'll stop. There were scribbles of all kinds of random scraps of paper and notes about some kind of water tower. Did he mean the one by the old train yard? Alright, what's down this way? Fuck? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Is this gonna be one of them games where if I do something it's gonna affect something else? You know what, fuck it. Free him. We don't need no mouses getting killed up in here. Alright. I don't know how far I'm gonna get through this game. Hopefully some scary shit happens. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Ew. Why weren't they in a shed? I don't know. Somebody done murdered somebody. A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It'd been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It depressed smoothly into the wall as I heard a faraway click somewhere. Something must have opened somewhere. Something must have... I'm stop. Alright, well, we're gonna find out what opened, I guess. This dude talking about some... Oh, I heard a click. This dude hitting that crip walk. Alright. So, Alright, so I don't know what opened exactly. We're gonna find out. We're just gonna keep going downstairs, I guess. Alright. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. What the fuck is a sheen? Alright. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning. Or him. There was a photo development tray laying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Alright. Why, though? But why, though? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Oh, I found out what it did. How about that? I actually did something. How about that? The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Oh, there's a ladder. Ladder match? I'll stop. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the package. That smell was dank, apparently. Did I climb down the ladder? Hell yeah, we climbing down the ladder. This shit sound like somebody going, like... It ain't sound like nobody climbing down a damn ladder. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. What is this? Footprints in the dirt. Look like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Oh my goodness, what's this? Places all over were marked with the old map of the town. the industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait for what? There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. You ain't gonna not take no damn gun. That's for... It was so dark down there. Fucking quit the music. And the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? I don't know, you said it was dark, so how are you about to see anything? I thought that was a damn creature. I don't know why. It's like, look, that shit, like, it looked like it moved, okay? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in the faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, if, e, he. Is this supposed to be an L? R, F, O, Ro. None of it made any sense to me. Oh, there's doors down here too? What the fuck? Another damn ladder? What's this? Crudely made shelves. They look like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. There's another damn ladder here. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom, something wet. That's blood, my guy. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Stop, please. There wasn't anyone there. Was I hearing things? The fuck is that? Probably some damn mice or something. Oh, it's fucking bats. That's what it is. Stop with the music cues, please. I remember noticing the broken ladder. Hold on, was my headphones up all the way? Yeah, they are. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Really now. I had to be careful, huh? Yeah, because you're just going to fall, just walk over a ladder like that. Okay. What would have happened if I would have clicked on... Alright, first of all, your breath sounds really hot. What is this? There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. In horror games, you gotta take everything you can find. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. See what I mean? You see what I mean? The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. We won't find something, we keep going down. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. Oh, we ain't keeping out, we going full force. Alright, goddamn. You don't understand how loud that is on my headphones. They need to stop with that shit. Man, like, goddamn. I could still feel a faint impression on of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. Wait, at least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. But it was so high up, that must have been a sore landing. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. What the fuck is that? Odd, there was a similar dirt on my shoes. I don't know about this, man. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was it? Goddamn pipes, that's what it is. Exit. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? I slipped the knife into my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? You listen, dude. You gonna need all the protection we can get here. All right. Fuck off, you stupid cunt. Oh my god. Goddamn, sound like a damn gunshot. What happened here? Alright, y'all fucking hear that? What is that? I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? That's so weird when you walk it, like, transfers the sound from ear to ear. That shit threw me off. Alright. Another valve. Alright. I'm not sure. I turned all the valves, so that had to do something, right? Alright, let's see what's behind these doors. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Yes, another valve. Do we gotta turn all the valves for something? The door was locked. There was a musty smell coming from inside. There's bodies in there, I'm telling you. There are bodies in there, dude. I'm telling you, right now there's bodies in there. It says exit. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. What you mean? I turned the valves. Hell, I'll even go turn the company valve if you want me to. Tell them bitches to make Left 4 Dead. So, where's this ladder go to? The fuck is this? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There are rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna take it because you never know when you're gonna fucking need something. Alright, go back this way. I do not want to go back in those tunnels. It seemed better to press on. Oh, so I'm blocked. Fuck you. So I have to go this way now. I really hope I didn't get myself stuck or some dumb shit. Okay, but... Okay, so this door is locked. I turned the valve in there. I already turned that valve. Wait, do all the valves have to be facing the same way? Or something? I'm confused. That's facing up. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Oh, okay, that makes sense, actually. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow, did I? Yes, alright. Okay, so I guess I didn't have it turned right? Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Alright. So now I just go back to wherever the fuck I gotta go. So that should have got rid of the water. I hope. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off the water flow. Yes. Looked like I turned off. Alright, I'm just making sure. Wait, hold on. Something ain't sitting right with me. Why is this one on? Hold on a second. Why is it back on? The valve was still active. Did I turn it again? The valve was still active. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so that makes sense. You gotta turn the valves to a specific point to get it to work. Alright, so that's what I was confused on. Alright. So there should be one more. Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Alright. So where's that ladder at then? Or wherever that was. I think it was like where it said exit. If I'm correct. Yeah, here. Alright, so there should be no water here now. Alright, good. Alright. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes. So odd shaped, I had no idea what it might do. It's gonna open that locked door. That's what it's gonna do. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Alright, so can I ask where the fuck I am? Like, honestly. I can see a faint light within. Alright. Moving on. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Yeah, if you could find a damn VCR. I found another dead body. A sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? I thought about the knife I had found with some... Wait. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. Yeah, do that fucking grab at you shit that people do when they're when you think they're dead. Alright, so I got a key ring. There was a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit. But I wondered what did that key I found on the sewer worker do? And what was on the videotape I found? This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past that flooded room with this. I made my way up the ladder as best I could on my leg, what I really need that gun or that knife before the end. I wondered what was on the VHS tape I found or in that locked room. Should I have gone back to check? My head was buzzing with questions and tired thoughts as I ascended the ladder. Suddenly, as I lifted the heavy lid above me, I could smell fresh old pine trees. So I'm outside now. What the fuck? An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended to climb it. I popped the hatch and it brought the ladder down. Alright, is there anything else this way? Probably another stupid door. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit. I opened the heavy, rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Hold up, I want to see what's on the water tower. Alright. You need to do all that. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yeah. I slid the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. So is he saying that somebody was watching him? Is that what this shit is? Alright, let's go back through that, heavy door. Let's see what's past it, actually. There's another door, alright. I keep seeing eyes through here. Alright, so that probably goes back into the house. Or wherever the fuck. What's this way? Nothing. Alright. Got that fucking... Really, that Minecraft grass sound effect? The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Alright. So that's the thing that's confusing me. There's like separate paths you can go and like find different stuff. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower, even this train yard. What was he doing, coming back here? I don't know, man. The old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal as well as the broken fence was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train's shell I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. They would have been... Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? The ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Alright. Alright, so I guess the sorry condition of that place seems sad somehow, but also ominous. Alright, we're gonna see what's through the other door. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets, covered in scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming there, but why? What was he using this old station for? I don't know. Okay, so now we gotta go back to the left. Alright, so... was there anything this way? I can't remember. No. I wish this dude could run. Alright. Was there a door here? No. I don't like how that door sounds. Alright, we'll go through this door. Why every metal door gotta sound like that? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river, and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yeah, you don't want no fraud. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I can find my driver's license too. I don't know about all that. Through the fence, I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. Probably not. Alright, I'm gonna get my ass lost in these woods. Look at how many fucking pathways. That's not me moving. There was a fire pit here. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. That means somebody's ass was here. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and a cooler. Alright. No, 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 no. Don't something. No, no. What have I done? This bathroom. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. A musty wooden plank propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. Like I said, you gotta take whatever you can find. Because you'll never fucking know when you're gonna need something. The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been an exit to the other side of the woods. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Okay, wasn't I supposed to find... Wait. I knew... Once I found it, I knew I never wanted to return there. Is this going to be like the tunnels? Like, as soon as I leave, I can't come back to it? Finding that campsite had been strangely unsettling. I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their site in the middle of the night, especially in the dark forest. I was relieved, at least, to finally be out of there. Even now, as I peered through the dense trees, I could see cracks of light in a bit of land beyond. I must have been getting closer to town, but where exactly was I? I don't know, man. I'm afraid something's about to, like, jump out at me. I had stepped through the gate. Suddenly I recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a mechanist. A mechanist? I've never heard it called that shit before. For all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. I don't know, man. Fuck God. I wasn't expecting that noise. Alright, first of all... Oh my god, dead body. Alright, I found the body of a security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? I dug into the ground and it was a cracked old watch. First my wallet and now this. I retrieved my watch. Yeah, the watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. It's your watch. Take the shit. Alright, so do I need the watch for something? Are we climbing up? Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. I wish I could see it. There we go. The board contained yellowed chippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that had worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys in the line. Oh, fuck. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. door had been hastily boarded up. Oh shit. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. A power panel. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Alright, so what did that do? A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. That means somebody was using it. They used it to hit the security guard in the head. That's what I'm saying. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take it? Yes. I slipped the key card into my pocket. Another panel that I hoped could help me get the power back on. Did I push the switch? The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? The power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? Did I push the switch? Yes. Alright. So there's two panels. Shut up. And this one's on too. Alright, so there's gotta be another one then, right? Was there one in here I missed, maybe? Yep. Another panel that I had hoped, yeah. How many of these are there? The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. It turned the handle. that little noise. When it there was some kind of ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump on to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. This man gonna die because of me. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yes. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked like to be a ball pen. All I could make out was need to. Just don't. Drinking. Need. Norman. Who was Norman writing to? There was the bottom of the ventilation hatch hung open. It was pretty high up. I wasn't sure if anyone could have got back up there. Okay. The poor guard. Was that flashlight I carried his? It looked like he had met his end violently. I only hoped it was quick. I had to get home to Rachel, but I couldn't stop thinking about Norman. He and Rachel were friends. Could he help? It wasn't like I really had anyone else to turn to. My leg burned with pain, and I only hoped I could find my way through the dark path before me and get to Norman's store. Whoever that is, stop. Seriously. What's up with all these fences and gates and shit? Alright, is there anything this way? No. Yeah. Look, going home, 'cause I'm alone, left out in the darkness, man. I need a phone. Want a phone home, where can I go? Lost in the darkness, man, I'm so alone. I don't know. Try to fucking bust a freestyle here. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes, take it. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed I found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Well, get your ass inside then. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for a faint sound of a television. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. I needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole, so I gotta find a key. There is blood over there. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did I pull the chain? And a simple folding ladder from the attic popped down. Alright. The TV still flickered some incomprehensible channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker, one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead inside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, you deserve better than this. Did I close his eyes? Hell yeah, dude. I wasn't sure if I just wanted to give him peace or if I or if I just couldn't stand to think anymore about what was going on. Quickly, I closed Norman's eyes. The poor bastard. Aw, Norman. That sucks, dude. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. That means somebody was using it. Probably him. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through the mess, did I? Yeah. I found a hairpin among the rotting food. You could probably use that to open that door. And poor Norman, dude. Who is this killer that's killing people? Watch it be one of those things where it's revealed to be like our character the whole time. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? Inside the cardboard box was a pile of clothes, photos, and even shoes. As I looked closer, I realized they were Rachel's. What were you going to do? What were you doing here, Rachel? Were you responsible for poor Norman downstairs? Is it Rachel that's the killer? Well, if there's even a killer, I don't know. Rachel cheating on you. Alright, so we got a hairpin, so maybe we can use that to do something with the door down there. I wasn't entirely surprised to find this here. It was one of Rachel's old fall coats. I always wondered what happened to it. How long had it been there? I mean, she's been cheating on you for years, goddamn. Inside the cabinet was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns, and even a few items I didn't think were legal here. One of the slots on the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was he doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? Sure. And felt a great burden lifted. Can I take another gun? I got a trophy. What were you doing with all these? Well, now I'm gunless. At least I still got a knife. Alright, so I could use this pin on the door. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Oh, I was about to say if it didn't unlock the door. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Let's get some snacks. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty. A fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Alright. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. It'd been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my reassurance of getting rid of that gun. It looked like someone had taken that piece from his store, but why was it in those tunnels? As I stepped outside, I recalled that dusty old box of clothes in Norman's attic. I felt like I had only discovered more questions but no answers. But I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Oh, free TV, bro. Take that shit. The gate was locked too tight. This wasn't my house. Is this my house? Or I just walk in some... Wait, what? Does this just lead back out to another alley? The gate was locked too tight. This wasn't my house. The neighborhood's local post box, the letter was sticking out as if someone had pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yes. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I needed some time to sort this out away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman. So you don't think you can hold that against. So don't think you can hold that against me. Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Damn, that's from his wife. This one was locked. I called it. His wife cheated on him with Norman. I bet you she killed him so he wouldn't tell her. So he wouldn't tell him. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. This music's unsettling. I gotta say that right now. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. We doing it. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. Why does my house sound like this? I'd be terrified to come into it too. I remembered having breakfast on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? I don't fucking know. You're asking the wrong person. I had a big ass house, that's for sure. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill here. Did I open it? I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Alright, so we'll go through this door first. Never mind, the door to the basement was locked. Where did I put the damn key? Are we upstairs now? Damn, how many floors is my house got? That's a nice ass place. Besides the groovy music, he got a nice ass house. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yeah. You always want to keep them good times with you. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. And what happened to this guy? This dude got the most sad, depressing life I've ever seen. Alright, what's down this way? A door. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Are we going up upstairs? Alright. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? God damn, that was loud. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Oh dang, she was gonna leave him for Norman. But then she said she was leaving so she could think it over. Our hallway mirror had been smashed into pieces, scattered around the floor. I bet you Rachel's gonna be here, but she's gonna be dead. This music is very unsettling. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. Alright, so this bathroom had not a damn thing in it. Alright. My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the key. Alright, what did I need the key? Oh yeah, there was a locked door, that's right. I'm stupid. Don't mind me, I'm dumb. Was it this door that was locked? No. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? I don't know, guys. I don't know what's happening to this guy. I don't remember where the door was that needed the key. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Oh, about him buying the TV, that's right. I be forgetting sometimes. The door was stuck shut. There's an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Okay. So it wasn't for that, so what did I get the key for? The basement! The basement! I unlocked the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Take it? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I'm telling, it's for that door that's stuck shut. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. Oh god, what's gonna be in here? It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes, you do. He said, I appreciated its weight. Okay, so Rachel's not here, obviously. But, so she didn't leave because her suitcase and shit's still here. So, somebody took it? The front door was locked from the inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Okay, what do I do now? I can go outside. Oh, it's back in this room. Alright. No way was I going to walk this way now. Okay, so there's gotta be something in here I missed. Maybe back in the basement, maybe I missed something. Looked like there was a plaster and an old towel in there too. We had way too much junk. Okay. Okay, so I don't get what I'm missing. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. Alright, so there's not anything in the basement. I must have missed something up here. There's absolutely nothing in here. I don't like this, guys. This is unsettling. Something's gonna happen. I don't know what, but something's gonna happen soon. And if it don't, I'd be shocked. Alright, so there's gotta be something I'm missing. Alright, I checked that room. Nothing. So we're gonna go up. check this room again. So there's got to be something here I'm missing. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. Don't tell me this is going to be one of them games where if I didn't grab something that I needed. Okay, so... Is there something in the bathroom I missed? That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made the house home. Okay, but this still doesn't help me with what I'm missing. The laptop was warm and had been running for a while. Okay, so what am I missing then? I checked every room. So he said I needed to see if Rachel's still here. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. Okay, I'm here double checking stuff and I'm just not getting any further. I'm double checking every room to make sure I didn't miss nothing. By the looks of it, the crowbar had broken a few things. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Maybe I had dropped it there. What? Drop what there? Okay, I'm confused here. Alright. Is there anything else that I can interact with? Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? I didn't know you could break through the fucking wall. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? I don't know, dude. Don't look. I don't like this. Don't... Does it say don't cook or don't look? What is going on down here? A filthy looking pile of rags dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful, made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked through the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Oh no. What happened? My hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of cloth. There at the center, under the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Aw, dude. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn. And even through all that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife I had carried all this way suddenly seemed like poison. What had happened to Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. So am I upstairs now? Dude, Jesus Christ, dude. So his wife, his friend was stabbed to death. The security guard was hit with something the whatever worker that was hit with something or whatever, and fucking his wife was stabbed to death. Jesus Christ, dude, that's dark. Fuck. Dude, this got dark real quick. I thought it was just gonna be like a murder mystery inside of a house and shit, but no, it's more than that. The mail still sat there heaped on the floor. How long had Rachel been lying in the basement? I couldn't leave, not until I had thought about this some more. I needed answers. What the fuck, dude? I couldn't go back down, not until I had gone over everything. I need to make sure I was perfectly good. What's there to go over, motherfucker? What do you want me to? What do you want me to go to look at every single item again? There would be no more dinners here, no more chit chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Like, no way. I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. Okay, so do I gotta go look over every single fucking spot again? I couldn't leave, not until I had thought about this some more. I needed answers. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you, because don't look at me, bitch, because I don't fucking know. I don't know shit. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. It used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I had left it somewhere. Now I gotta find a damn code. Man, I wasn't trying to do all that. Fuck's sake. It was the letter I had taken from the post box. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? I'll say yes. I don't know. I was sure of it. She wanted to end the affair, and that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew where we lived, obviously. Is that why Rachel looked so scared when I came home that day? What had happened to me? Did Norman knock me out or something? But that doesn't explain how Norman died, though. I still had no idea what was on the tape I found in the garbage. If only I had a way to watch it. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry at me for stupid things like buying this TV. You could just stick it in that damn VCR, my boy. This is where I was already. Yes. Okay. So we need a code. So he's trying to say Norman did it. This was an old photo that the other man and his wife, I assumed. I had found it in that house. There were a lot of disturbing things in those tunnels underneath that house. Maybe that man wasn't quite what he seemed. Well, what did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, he wasn't innocent, that's for sure. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Water tower, was I at all those places before? You might have been. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one with to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and find some place to go. I'm gonna call it now. This is all gonna come back. It's gonna be him. He's the one that did it. That's what I'm gonna say. Within the few broken pieces that remained of the mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. It was like I didn't actually expect a reflection. I felt empty and drained. The reflection in that grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. I still loved that old-time charm that of that claw-footed bathtub, though it seemed like a cold comfort then. Okay, but I need a code. It has to be in here. It It was the key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through the door. It seemed to me that it was probably Norman's. But if that was true, what was he doing back at the plant? Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? He had to if his key card was there. Unless there's some unknown killer we don't know about. If it's not him and it's not Norman, then there could be somebody else involved in this. I have no idea. Who else would it have been? Norman, what were you doing back there? The laptop was dead, but I found some notes and loose paper in the drawer where I had found the key. There was a yellow sticky note with an 8-digit code on it. The code looked like it might be for the safe. What kind of phrase was that? Alright, so now I just gotta go to the safe and safe the day. I'll stop. Alright, so was the safe in here? Try to remember my way around the house. Yep. The code I found should have let me access the safe. Did I try to open it? The code worked. I pulled open the small safe door and I peered inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we had first moved to town. In it, we were smiling outside the front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy though. Odd. I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was also an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read... Alright, I'm letting this load up before I read it. I know this whole event has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me too. Well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but... Well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream. A quiet place to get established, to live out our lives, and be together. Is Rachel? But you know as well as I do that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but you grew more distant as you retreated into that world of yours. Well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way, Rachel. God damn. Well, I got my answers, so can I leave now? Jesus Christ, dude. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe, I thought. I was ready to go back into the basement. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take one last look. There's gonna be something down here. There's fucking something down here, isn't there? If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Pick up the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. Yeah. I needed to put an end to this situation one way or another. Okay. Alright, so I guess we can leave now. It seemed like that mail had been there for a while. I knew I needed to escape that nightmare, but what about the knife I still carried? I wondered, even if I left, would it really be over? So did I leave the house forever? Yeah, there's nothing else in there. Living in this town hadn't been easy. That plan had helped in some way to stay grounded. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me to get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. I had MRIs and piles of doctor's reports, but nothing seemed to help, not even the drinking. He's the killer, I'm telling you. But I swear I had tried to give it up, I know. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. The night I had unearthed terrible truths. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was the final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. Waking up in front of in that house tonight was the final cruelty. I wish I had remained unconscious in that room forever. It was obvious to me that the man I had found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. Now that I had thought of it, those sewers were a terrible mystery. What had happened there? I was lucky, in my way, to even find my way out of there. But I never did find out what was on that tape that I now kept. What might it have shown to me? I had found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? The thought that I couldn't account for my whereabouts, but I knew I had been to that forest, and even Norman's place, well, it was terrifying. I didn't know what that meant, but at least I had recovered my things. Hopefully, I thought that would cover my tracks, so I wouldn't be blamed for all this. The tangled mess of that horrible forest was an experience I never want to repeat. I knew Norman wasn't completely innocent in all this. He was obviously going back to the factory, rooting in those lockers. But I had brought that poor guard. But had he brought that poor guard I had found to his end? It certainly seemed so, but I almost didn't want to believe it. After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I had were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, you were dead. And it was damn hard to feel about. It was damn hard to feel bad about that. It was clear you and Rachel were more than just friends, but obviously whatever had been going on had gone badly. So why did you kill her? Did she want out of whatever you two were getting into? Were you responsible for the other murders? And of the other horrible things that had gone in that town? I would find no peace, that much was certain, but this way I didn't have to look you in the eye or sit through some kind of trial and wonder what was going through your head. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end, and I guess in a way it did. But now I have known how hopeless it all was. Could I have known how hopeless it all was? I started to feel as disoriented as when I sleepwalked. To think of it now, coming through the back door into the kitchen should have tipped me off that something was horribly wrong. There was no television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there lying ruined and discarded in the basement, that was a horror I could never have imagined. That other man I had found was involved in this somehow, I knew it. But it was Norman, that traitorous son of a bitch, who had done the deed. Whatever was going on, he was the one who took Rachel away from me. I hated him for it more than I could possibly express, but that offered no strength, no solace. Rachel was gone now, and I was too. Forever. I swung open the door and stepped out into the air. I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife. Just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who could I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather that I should run. Okay. Okay, so is this one of those games where there's multiple endings? But this was a fun game. I really enjoyed playing it. It got really good. I gotta say, it got really fucking interesting. I'm curious though, like, home is dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. Oh my god. The end. Alright, so that's it, I guess. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Home. I hope you all enjoyed this first part to Shocktober. There's 5 more games to go. Got the first one finished. Hopefully, I can get through this. And hopefully I can find my way out of here. But until next time, I'll see you all on the next part of Shocktober. See you all later, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get out of here one way or another.
Let